Hey guys, it's Jenny Pappas, and you're listening to The Talking Step.
Hello and welcome to the Talking Step Internationals Edition, Week 2. I'm John.
I'm Matt.
I'm Michael.
And I'm Josh.
It has gotten crazy. We did some type of bizarre small group competition where we take people from other countries and put them together and
That's
hope
right,
that
John.
they dance right.
That's right, John. And yet again, we had an interesting love triangle brewing, but turns out that one didn't actually lead it anywhere. Which is good.
Turns
we
out
can handle
it's
that.
just Eldon not being able to speak Polish or pick up on any signs of what flirting looks like or any means of affection.
We're gonna go to our dance expert, Josh. Josh, what was the dancing like this week?
The dancing was subpar, Michael. Real subpar. I don't think it was
Oh.
96% worth, but, they're really trying hard there. They're really, really trying hard there. Real
Do you
firecracker
really
out there, they tell you.
think that the dance they did wasn't good enough for
Subpar
the
to you.
insurmountable odds that they had against?
You can't dance at all, and you got the cojones to say that they have subpar dancing.
I thought it was really good dancing this week. What do you think?
I think it's
thought it was
good dancing
excellent
every
dance.
week.
It's always good dancing.
No.
Every week. We can't even do a simple box step,
Yeah.
and you think you're better than them?
You can't do a simple box.
You can't do a box step either. Don't you start with me.
I guess we should start with what the episode started with, the Polish team. They walk in, they see
The Polish team,
dancing, the all-male dance
The
team.
new enemy, the all-male Polish team. Last week we said it was the German team, and we were wrong about that.
I know, I said Polish right after that.
Yeah, but I said what the all-male team. Doesn't matter.
And this brings up the question: who's the main enemy so far? Is it the British team?
Is it the British team? Is it the Swedes? Is it the Poles?
I think it's the British team.
Ella is definitely an
Is it
antagonist
Chuck
at this
Anderson?
point, right?
Mm-hmm.
Ella is clearly the antagonist at this point.
Yeah, but is she
we
is
don't
she
have a-
causing the problems or is she benefiting from the problems?
This is the Revolutionary War all over again.
Or
Is she the James Bond villain or is she the sidekick, the Jaws? You know?
that made no sense.
I'm saying is she
You're not-
benefiting? Is she a henchman or is she the main villain?
Oh well, yeah. She's
She's the main villain.
I'm gonna say she's just a villain.
just a jerk.
But what about the Swedes?
The worst part about her character is that she does all these things, yet she expects them to be nice about it.
yeah.
Oh, well, it's just part of the game. Alright, you can't take this personally. And finally, Riley takes it personally like a normal person.
Oh, that was awesome. I
and
love that part.
Riley just, brushes her off.
I was really hoping during the interview they would ask her what her inspiration was, and she'd get like all caught up and not know what to say.
Yeah.
But she
Some
managed to
type
pull
of
something out.
vengeance. But that means that vengeance is going to be swift
Oh, man.
and right.
We are
going
going to
to
be so happy when Riley gets vengeance on on Ellen.
And I hope I honestly hope it's just a big old prank, like a reverse prank.
Oh, that'd be a good way to do
Like
it.
she will, like it's not sinking to her level, but like they
Like,
do something
The
right out of
British team,
Carrie.
they somehow get the British team to get called out as winning, and then they're like, "No, we're just joking."
or Carrie, Ella gets up there with her her bouquet at the end, and then they drop a bucket of pig's blood on her.
You know,
Like in
that
the movie
in,
Carrie.
in any revenge plot scenario, what
Yeah.
would happen is Riley tries to get revenge. She would end up getting caught doing whatever she was doing,
Yeah.
and there'd be some sort of conflict with that. She wouldn't get her revenge. They'd spin it back around, and the next step would be in trouble. That's
Yeah.
what they would do. That's what these writers would do.
Because it's like things can't go right for these people.
No, no. There always has to be problems because if your audience is ever satisfied, they'll stop watching.
Whoa.
Is that true? What? Give me an example of that, Matt.
Well, there always has to be conflict. You have to give people reasons to stick around. If everything's fine, they'll just leave.
I guess I don't know. I feel like I've watched a lot
I
of
just watched-
satisfying shows.
I just watched 10 episodes of Masters of None, and there's almost no conflict for like
Yeah.
3/4 of that show, and I still enjoyed it.
well,
That's a completely different
it's like
scenario, though.
okay. Agent
That's Aziz Ansari. He's a different world than his own.
it is new in shows. Well, not new, I guess. So, like shows never want to satisfy. Like they never want to get the characters together, like Jim and Pam or something.
Yeah. Especially all the new superhero shows. They never want to satisfy you.
Or like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., you're not getting satisfied anytime soon with that, you know?
No, there's always problems.
They're going to keep dragging it out, which is the new problem.
The big romance between Ward and Sky.
Yeah, oh, well, that was years ago. I'm talking about Fitz and Simmons here.
Oh, well, either way.
You know, it's just not fair. But they could have some degree of satisfaction, you know, like they've taken a back seat to Riley and James' problems, right? Which I'm
That's
pretty
good.
happy about, you know? And
Yeah.
they could needlessly throw in another problem, like it's just not working, you know, like that old nonsense, right?
Or they find
But-
some sort of...
But that's taking a back burner.
We did get satisfaction this week with Talia winning and getting them on to the next part of the
Yeah,
competition.
that one worked out.
So what do you
know?
guys think of that?
Doesn't that mean she only gets a fourth of the points, though?
No, it just means she gets
Well,
to
every
move
team
on.
has
Her,
to do that.
her team is in the top 16.
Yeah,
Of the,
if they didn't make it that
Yeah.
far, they'd be all 4 of those countries would be kicked out.
All right. Matt is here with the math side of all this.
Well-
Matt, you said you did some calculations during the show, and you've got
Slash
some.
R
you've
slash
taken
they
some.
did the math.
Before we get to that, let's just talk about this. Talia was selected to do this almost immediately because the last episode or 2 episodes ago,
Yeah.
she was saying hello in a whole bunch of different languages.
Right, yeah.
So they thought she can say one word, a greeting. So they'll toss her
Well-
into this role because she can say hello.
Taking the effort to learn hello in other languages shows that you have some type of.
She's more
open-
qualified than anyone
yeah,
else.
she's more qualified, and she's more open to
Yeah.
talking to like foreigners
But
and things.
she was also fluent in Polish, which she decides not to tell anyone
Not to
about
disclose.
until she needs to speak fluent Polish. But she will liberally tell people.
She says,
can
"I know how to
hello."
say hello in
Yeah, but not.
100 different
I'm
languages."
fluent.
but-
I'm fluent in Polish because my mom's Polish.
I guess it never-
that would have
it
been
never
useful
came up,
enough.
I guess.
That
It
would
was
have
like
been
something
useful
West
enough.
would do.
Yeah. I thought Wes said he did know other languages, and then this time he says he only knows one. If all these people are from Canada, though, shouldn't at least
Well,
one of
maybe
them know
because
French?
Wes had the definition of I think to know a language you need to be fluent in it, not know one word.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I guess so.
So
Look
Matt,
at me.
explain to me the math of this.
So they said that there was 160 countries.
Okay.
Okay.
160 games.
So if you divide that by 4, because there was groups of 4, that
Uh-huh.
means that there can be 40 distinct groups of 4 out of that 160.
That's I feel really bad for the.
So they had to watch
for the
40
judges.
groups of 4 to get through their stuff, and only 16 of them are getting through.
40 groups of 4 people that just made up that dance, so it's not going to be good dances either.
So let's not even talk about the odds of winning. Let's just talk about the odds of who you're going to be paired with. So we know that if there is 40 things, you can uniquely move them around into a different pattern, starting from one to the end, by multiplying what's called like a factorial. So 40 factorial. So if you want to think about this,
Get
if
your
there's-
your
if
math
there-
glasses out,
if
kids.
there's a combination lock that has 3 unique digits, if you
right.
want to know how many different combinations you can put the numbers in, it would be 3 factorial. And that is 1 times 2 times 3, which means there are 6 unique combinations you could take 3 numbers and move them around. So it's the same idea with the 40 of them. If you get 40 factorial, so how many different unique times they can put groups of 4 countries together. So Canada, Italy, China, all that stuff. How they can uniquely do that. They can do it 8.159 plus 47 zeros.
Ooh.
All right.
What's your point?
So it's a number. It's a number that has 47 zeros.
Yeah.
Which means
That's all the different combinations.
the
of
different
countries
combinations. So in this one, we had what we had. We had the one with Australia, China, and 2 other countries. I think there was
Australia,
So-
China, Singapore,
and then South Africa. I think
Cambodia.
Cambodia. So you take those. How can you be fair if there is a number with 47 zeros? That means these countries can be uniquely categorized, put into these different groups. It's impossible to match everyone up fairly. Someone's going to have a bad group member, and that country will be eliminated because only one person was bad.
That's just a way of life. And speaking of bad group members, Stefan.
Oh, good segue.
But before that, though, thank you, Matt, for Matt's math. Can we do like a jingle for that?
47
Matt's
zeros.
math.
If you understand how large that number is, it's ridiculous. You should not be doing a competition this way.
Well, it's a way of life that, some people in the group are going to be less qualified than others.
for those who are listening, John looked straight at me, probably because I've said the amount of 3 words this whole podcast.
Let me cut you off right there, Josh.
None of them is what John wanted to hear. So me
Back to
saying,
Stephanie. She was marking it this episode. She wasn't doing it, giving it her all, as per
We discussed
Stephanie.
this last week. I think it was very reasonable, but if the rest of your team is going hard, you got to go hard. But she
No, I'm on that side. You were on the side of she needs to take it easy.
yeah, I think she was doing a very reasonable thing. When I used to play volleyball, we would take it easy.
Yeah, that's why you were
Before a
known
match.
as Lazy Michael. All right. Everyone was calling you Marking It.
Marking it, Michael.
Marking It, Michael.
That's not even a term in volleyball.
Well, I'm pretty sure. I used to hear it. I used to hear it all the time. Remember, your brother was on there with Michael, and he used to say that about him.
no.
He would say, "Oh, Michael always takes it easy before the match,
So
and then
what's your
spends
view?
the whole
What's your
time on
view
the
on this,
bench."
John? What's your view on this?
Lazy Stephanie being lazy. All right, she wheeled her way into A Troop, and now she can't handle
She's at
the
her-
pressures of
She's
it.
at her first big competition ever.
I wasn't surprised. Stephanie is my least favorite character on the show.
Are we
A
sure
catchphrase.
Stephanie wasn't at regionals?
I don't know. I can't remember. She wasn't at regional. Wait, maybe. No. Yes. Stephanie and Tiffany
We
were
should
at
have a
regionals.
montage of all the times Josh said this
Yeah.
is my least favorite character.
We
on
gotta
the
do
show.
we gotta do a best of at some point, but I
Yeah,
do not
yeah,
want to
yeah.
cut it. Okay, yeah, Stephanie and Tiffany were at regionals. I remember because it was a big deal. You remember that? That was the OG episode where it was Emily and Eldon were like, you don't want to be with me? And Eldon's all like, I want to be with Michelle. You know, that classic next step type of stuff.
It really brings back the nostalgia.
And then that was the season finale. And then the next episode is when they started to change everything up. They kicked out Stephanie and Tiffany. And then,
Rest in peace, Tiffany.
yeah. Who's not even showing up in B Troop now.
Yeah, she's
I like-
done.
I
B
like
Troop
that
is a group of juniors.
Michelle does console Stephanie, though, because it wasn't very long ago when she was being turned on for not having gym clothes, dance clothes.
So there, Michelle comes to Stephanie, and Stephanie's reading a magazine. She's like, "Oh, I should get my nails done like this."
Yeah, sort of in this type of, she's talking to Beth or something. you
Yeah,
know,
but
who
in
doesn't give a
reality,
crap.
she's actually just really
Oh,
scared.
why'd you have to bring up Beth?
Beth is your least favorite character.
Yeah, how'd you know?
Beth is entertaining.
I like
she may
that.
not be useful or, bring anything to the plot, but she is entertaining.
I like her for a few reasons.
That's crazy.
Anyways,
But Beth did show up for a second there, though. She was in the totally necessary
Cut back to the studio.
J Troop, B Troop. It's sort of like in those new CW shows where they always cut back to a crew of people looking at a computer, and they're all like, "You need to do this. You got to go here." You know.
but the sad part is that they're just getting updates from the internet.
Yeah.
They can't actually watch.
I
the
don't know how
competition.
they have more information. That maybe they're watching Chuck Anderson or something.
Yeah, good old Chuck.
They're just
Anderson.
watching his Twitter feed, live Twitter feed.
You know Chuck
Getting the
Anderson's
results
live
from his
tweet.
Twitter.
He's live tweeting this.
He's like number 39 of these kids making up dances.
Chuck's got this going on Periscope.
Communication was a real problem because a lot of these people don't speak the same language.
Yeah, but we're reporting this in English and no other language for some reason. There's no other reporters.
This was
here.
such a dumb idea to decide who moves on.
Yeah.
Why is my life like this? He's having existential crisis.
It's like I go to so many dance competitions a year. Why is there no other host?
I'm not even a dancer. No one has checked to see if I'm qualified for this yet.
All I do is just comment on the costumes, and even that, I'm not qualified.
I was an intern at ESPN for a month. Then they hired me.
They hired me to do this.
Absolute dance competitions have very little qualifications. They don't ask for anything in the interviews.
So back to Stephanie at the thing.
I'm on the side.
Michelle forces Stephanie to yell out, what is it? I'm cut out for this competition.
Yeah, I'm at international.
I deserve to be
and I
here.
deserve to be here.
So since they're in proximity to a coffee shop, they got to make a scene.
yeah,
of
it's
course.
tradition.
Of course,
So
their
so we imagine that, of course, there's probably some past employee of Culture Shock
Or
who-
Hidalgos or Squeeze
Who
or
was
something.
squeezed.
Yeah, who moved down to
Moved to
Miami
Miami.
to escape the next step. And they're like, oh, finally, it's my first day at work.
And he shows up and he's like, "Oh, looks like they're having dance competitions today. Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no.
It's them.
Cut to.
I spent all the money I had to get here.
Cut to. I belong at International because I'm a good dancer, and he's in the back crying.
When someone comes up to the till and's like, "Hey, could you please tell these people to be quiet? My kid's trying to sleep."
Can't stop
He's
him.
like, "You can't stop them."
They won't stop till this place is shut down and replaced with a nearly identical place. It happens, alright? I hate it as much as you do. But in the end, Stephanie, I don't know what happened there. Did she get it together?
Yeah, I think she got it together.
Yeah, we didn't follow up.
We went straight to Talia's.
Tally's dance.
Yeah.
Which, I thought was a pretty okay dance. It's all relative.
They
now,
got
right?
the exact
Subpar.
number they needed. 96. I'm assuming it's out of 100.
Yo, I don't really
96.
understand why Riley and Michelle, or like Michelle
They
and
ran up to
Sierra,
them.
they ran up to her. They're like, yo, you gotta get like the highest score there is. If you don't, then we're all kicked out.
Yeah,
Remember this?
so it's
before
like-
you
I
go
told her
on.
that.
Would they have been like, oh, I was going to market this competition, but now that I know I need to get a 96 and not a 95, I'm going to really wing it. Like, how do you factor that in? What do you kick higher?
I wouldn't have
you
told
flip,
her that.
Flip a
That
little
kid-
more
that's way
high?
too much pressure.
You give it what you can.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a massive score that they need.
But I guess maybe
to
for
move past the second
end of,
round.
the end of the competition, when they're all like, your score is, but they know how much they should celebrate, I guess?
Wait, is it? No, this is technically the first round. Because they couldn't have been eliminated with the solos, could they?
No, they weren't, but they got a 5-point bump if you,
If you win it.
if you win it, and they lost both.
So the beginning part, the solos are kind of irrelevant unless you win it. There's just a separate competition on their own.
Yeah. Unless you win it, they're irrelevant. But you get a 5-point bump, or your team does. So why not? I feel like that's definitely more than sudden death elimination at any point, like in nationals.
How important do you think these extra 5 points that Britain and have?
I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say it'll all come down to the final competition.
That's what I'm thinking, right?
So what's your bracket? Do you think they're even gonna make it to finals? Do you think it's gonna be the next step versus Britain or Sweden or Poland?
I don't know.
Not Poland. I think we're done with Poland. I think they stayed their welcome.
I think it's gonna all be down to the next step versus Sweden.
I'd like to
Some-
see-
from that foreshadowing the previous.
I'd like to see a
episode.
Rocky IV scenario where the next step wins over everybody. They win over all the other teams. So it's just them versus whoever the villain is, right? And they're like, like in Rocky IV, how he wins over the Russian audience, and they start chanting Rocky, Rocky. It'd be like that, but with the next step.
Or like in, or it could be like in Pitch Perfect 2, where they face the Germans at the end. The Germans win,
Yeah.
but all the crowd keeps chanting for the next step.
They sing the flashlights on.
Wait,
Right.
Yeah.
The Germans win in Pitch Perfect?
No, they don't win. The Pitch Perfect people win.
Yeah, they win. No, German wins.
No, they don't.
How do you know?
Germany wins.
No, they don't.
It cuts to them. It cuts to
They
after
said
the
even-
competition when they have the trophy.
Yeah, it shows a picture of them with the trophy.
Are you sure? Because
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Germany wins that.
Germany
movie.
does not win
No,
that.
Germany
I guarantee.
doesn't win. No.
They
We
were a
don't
lot
need to look
better,
this
though.
up. Writers, write in. You've seen the movie.
They were a lot better though.
Well, here's the thing. What I don't understand about Pitch Perfect ending is that if you go to a concert and you hear a song you don't already know, you're automatically predisposed to dislike it.
Yeah.
Right?
That's how
So-
radio works.
but
They
if
keep
you-
playing the song over and over and over and over and over and over and over again
Yeah.
until you're just like, hey, I've heard this before.
But if you go to
I like it.
If you go to an a cappella competition where they do cover after cover after cover, and then you hear an original song, you're gonna be angry. You are not
Really?
gonna.
Because I think I'd be excited because
No, because like I don't know this. I don't know how to sing along.
yeah, you wouldn't know whether that's actually their song.
Luckily, it was a repetitive song with the my flashlight.
You know it, so you must.
Well, I listened to that song a couple times. I really like that song, but that's not the point. The first time I heard it, I wasn't singing along, but that was only because we were in a packed theater and Matt thought I was going to make a scene or something, like I did in the last Pitch Perfect movie. But it's just such a good film.
Wait, you made a scene in the last Pitch Perfect? movie?
Moving on, I have a theory here, guys. I don't know if you remember, but last week I got a little. I blew my.
Wait, what?
I blew my top a bit on this Canada thing, all right? Whether or not they're representing Canada. When a thought occurred to me this week, all
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
Does anyone know how Vatican City works?
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
a city within Rome that's a completely different country.
Yeah, it's a country on its own. Yeah.
What if the next step is a country inside of Canada?
No,
It is a
that's stupid.
sovereign state.
That's stupid.
No, that
You're
is
dumb.
And with Kate as the president.
It is a sovereign state.
Actually, no, I guess it would be Lucian. Is it Lucian?
What?
Lucian.
With Lucian, I guess, yeah. So it's like it's
he's like
changing
the
the
Pope.
ownership.
No.
He's like the Pope of the next step, and then that's why they can't represent like Canada because they only represent the next step.
The country is
That's why
called
they're
the
known.
next step.
But they do use Canadian money, so that explains that. But why they never associate themselves with Canada. Also, why they have their own mailbox with the mailbox system. Remember, they stole that Canadian Post box?
John, I think
It
you
all
need to
ties
post
in
this
together.
to fan theories. People are going to eat it up.
I don't think there are many fan theories besides the ones we come up with.
Pretty sure the reason the Vatican was created as a separate city was because the church didn't want to do what the crown was doing. So they were just like, forget it, we'll do our own thing.
Wow, not only does he know math, but he knows history.
I'm pretty sure.
Thanks for that, Professor.
No, that's,
You have to
You know what?
look
We're
it up,
changing your
but I'm
nickname
pretty-
to Professor Matt.
I'm pretty sure it was the church not wanting to do what everyone else was doing.
that actually sounds like it's a valid thing.
Okay.
Okay, I looked
could-
it
I
up.
don't know
very
what
wrong.
that has to do with the next step. The next step is doing because they want to be a separate thing. Clearly, they don't want to be
I feel
associated
like
with
you're
Canada.
overthinking it, though. That's a little too interesting.
You think I'm overthinking it? This whole entire show is about overthinking it, Josh.
Well, like, you're thinking they're their own country. Like, they got their own
know what?
government.
That's a
they
fun.
got their own currency.
That's a fun little fan theory. I'm going to go with it.
if it's the only
Josh,
way
do
that
you
you
think
can
that's the
sell
most
it.
unrealistic thing we've come up with on the show? We've been a nonstop pitching whether or not they're going to go to space.
and fight
I-
aliens
And
in
you
dance
think
battles.
you think it's ridiculous that they're their own sovereign state
We-
as a joke?
We also
I
had a
think-
joke where
I
they
think
were
the
going to
inter-
dance through the 7 circles of hell.
I think
Yeah.
I think the intergalactic.
Oh, but now is when we're all like, hey guys, let's take this seriously, alright? It's about a dance troupe who suddenly turn and talk to the camera whenever they feel like. Come on, Josh. It's not a realistic show. You think dancers don't go to school and stuff? That's why they don't go to school. There's no schooling at the next
no
They
step.
laws
do go
about
to
that.
school.
No, they don't.
Michelle goes to school.
Yeah, when she left the next step because
James
she was
goes
no
to
longer
school.
a citizen.
Yeah,
when
when-
he had to leave the next
when you're
step
not-
because he was no longer a
Wait,
citizen. Citizen is very fickle.
James had to go to school, do school things.
Yeah, I know, but remember he had to stay out of A Troop? He couldn't be considered a citizen
Right.
of the next step.
That's
until
why it's so
he did
bad
school.
when you're not a troop anymore. You lose all those like awesome tax thing. You don't.
Tax benefits and stuff, right? So, and then,
the only way you can be a citizen is if you're a troop.
yeah, so
Otherwise, you're just a visitor.
let it be known that the next step does not. It is in the Americas, like they
Mm-hmm.
said. It is a North American country, like they said, but it is inside of Canada. It is in a small section of Toronto that they consider its own country.
Okay, I looked it up. The Bellas do win at the end of Pitch Perfect 2. Spoilers. I could have swore they lost to Germany though.
Yeah.
I think we've pretty much got this episode covered.
All right, we want to watch the trailer for the next
All
episode.
right.
All right, guys. Thank you for coming in today. What's your? You said you had a pitch for us.
Yeah. So the third internationals episode, like I know, like here's what I'm thinking. Like I know,
We need conflict.
we need conflict,
Conflict.
but not drama, not relationship conflict.
I like
Right,
the way
right?
you think.
We want to
I like
move
the way you
away
think.
from that.
Okay.
All right, we want to move away from that.
You see flashing, you see dancing, you see it's all excitement, right?
Yeah.
But what do the dancers see? Nothing. We blindfold them.
Oh,
Boom.
I like this. Blind as a bat. Make 'em dance.
Blindfolded dancers.
Come on.
What isn't that a big safety concern? Like, how are we going to shoot this without?
I don't care.
our
I'm
actors
not on
falling?
the stage.
You don't want to see all your favorite next step characters fooling around, freaking out about the blindfold competition thing? Come on.
Here's what we do. You know who
Does
we
this
bring in
actually-
for this?
you guys
Who's
do-
the lead on this episode? An underplayed character. His name is Noah. And we already know he can blindfold.
Oh,
I love it.
Remember that plot
I
point you
love
guys
it.
wrote in last season
I love
about
it.
how Noah can do stuff blindfolded?
okay,
He is
but-
going to save the day because they're also getting mugged.
But no one needs.
Wait, hold up.
Wait,
What was that last part?
No one.
We can cut that part. We can cut that
one
part.
More
needs-
conflict.
No one needs a mentor.
Okay.
So he's wandering around in the auditorium area.
What's he gonna do?
And he finds who does he stumble upon?
Oh, who is it?
He stumbles upon a blind dancer who teaches him the art of dancing
Like a
without
blind
seeing.
kung
It's
fu
like Daredevil.
master.
Yes, he teaches him how to feel the
Daredevil.
dance, not see the dance.
I like it.
So,
you feel it, you don't see
The
it. That's
theme of this
dancing.
episode is seeing, is not believing. Believing is seeing.
I love it.
That's
I love it.
Or
I love
we just call it blind. We don't want to confuse anybody.
those mixing up in
Okay.
the words when you're repeating it again, but you're wording it differently.
Wait,
love it.
I'm
We need-
sold.
no,
I'm sold.
It needs to be blind, but we need an acronym. What's our acronym?
Be like inside, never dance. It's a state of mind where you can't see. It's called never dance.
Never dance. It's where you are always not dancing and dancing at the same time.
Schrodinger's dance.
Schrodinger's dance.
Schrodinger's
Yeah.
dance.
Are
I don't know what we're talking
Are
about.
there people dancing around?
I don't know. I
here?
think it's gonna be a fun episode. That's all that matters. What do you guys think?
I think that's gonna be a great time.
It's like so much talent has come from the blind. Stevie Wonder, Ray
Charles.
Daredevil?
All musicians, all seated playing a piano.
Okay, so we watched the trailer,
Trailer.
and they're gonna be putting on blindfolds this part, and it was like this really cool like.
Why
was like,
not?
It was like a representative from International. Like, okay, for this part of the competition, you're gonna be wearing blindfolds.
Yeah, it's like you can dodge a
And
wrench,
then
you can
reaction
dodge a ball. So next step after that is gonna be they're just hucking wrenches at him. I think it looks entertaining. I mean, why not? Like,
Sure.
it's better than a basic
Up in the ante.
competition. Like, oh no, they got to be a slightly better dancer than these people. Now they got to do it blindfolded.
Yeah.
But you know, who knows?
All right. Who?
Noah's gonna save the
Who
day.
do you think? Yeah, I think Noah's gonna play a big part. But who do you think is gonna be the first one to trip?
Who's gonna be the first one to trip? I don't know.
It's gonna be Riley.
Riley,
always trips.
Riley did
Riley's
mess
the
up her
tripper.
thing at regionals. Remember, she got caught in her hair.
Riley's
Or
the
nationals.
tripper in the group. She's the tripper.
She be straight tripping, is what you're saying?
She's straight tripping.
Riley be straight tripping.
You can't. Oh, maybe Sarah. Actually, I hope it's Sierra.
Sierra? No,
We need
I
a
would
new
not
tripper.
put that on Sierra.
We need a new
She's
tripper.
barely done anything. We can't have her do something
She
bad.
looks
Yeah.
so fragile. She looks like if she messes up, you'd understand.
No, she
It'd be
she
her-
looks
she's a strong
She
woman.
looks strong to me.
No,
she looks like
she-
possibly she's got the strongest head on her shoulders.
It could be
because she
Michelle.
doesn't mess around with none of the drama. Besides her own drama with her sister.
It could be
But-
Michelle. She's emotionally fragile. She cries all the time.
I don't know. Michelle in this episode was pretty strong.
Yeah.
She told Stephanie to get it together because Stephanie is
Okay. Listen,
Unreliable.
it's gonna be.
You're just throwing every name out there, huh? How about Eldon? Eldon seems to be he has
You know
lack
what?
of confidence.
Eldon
I hope
relies
it's Eldon.
on
Eldon is
comfort.
like my
Least
least
favorite
favorite
character?
character.
Eldon relies on confidence, so I think.
Yeah.
I think him like.
He's gonna get
stripping
all
that
hung up on
confidence
this
from him.
Polish guy.
It could
You
be.
know,
It could
flirting
be
with his
Noah.
almost
It could be
girlfriend.
Noah. Noah's not as good blindfolded as we thought he was. He's the young one. He's
There's no
inexperienced.
precedent
way.
for that, but
Noah is literally a superhero. All right, I think.
How about nobody
I'll
trips?
just suggest anyone, and then you guys will be like, no, there's no way. There's no way.
No, I agree with the Eldon thing.
I think James.
Except you didn't even say that. We did. So we're right. You're wrong. For the talking step this week, I'm John.
I'm Matt.
I'm Michael.
And I'm Josh.
Put some pep in your step, kids.
Matt, this is John's
what?
thing.
No,
No, I gotta give
handed
that
the
one to
mantle
him.
off to me last week.
Did he?
Yes.
I didn't. No, you
It's
did. You
absolutely
handed the
terrible.
handle off to him,
No, I took the mantle.
and then Michael said,
You know what?
You
I
stole
want
my
it.
bit.
Can I have it next week?
You stole it from. Fine. Okay, let's
When
just
am
let
I gonna get a
everyone
turn?
do it.
Hey,
oh,
hey,
yeah, you're gonna
I
do
picked
one
up
when
the
you come up with a good
I
joke
picked
for
up
once.
the
I think
mantle,
you're
and I did a
going
good
off the
one.
rails.
I'm
You
just
don't know
saying.
what you're
I
talking
think
about.
I'm
Why are we
the
all
most-
yelling?